guys, and welcome to Anime Duo. I'm Cameron Morris.
And I'm Jack Thomas.
This is the show where me, Jack, and you guys watch an anime, and we just discuss it and talk about it and see how our feelings were on it. This is a revamp of an old show we tried one episode of over a year ago. Very, very old. This is very revamped, very better. So, Jack Thomas,
Nice, man. Yeah.
tell me, what anime were we watching this week?
Oh,
Did you not watch it?
I got something to tell you, man.
What is
I
it?
left it a bit late now, and we're all in this circumstance, but
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
We're all here. You didn't watch an anime?
I'm only joking, man. Right, we're gonna talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, the extremely popular anime. If you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, you can go watch it now, or you could just stick around. I'll explain it to you. You don't necessarily have to.
Wait, hang on now.
Yeah?
One sec.
Yeah?
Spoiler-wise, are we
Spoiler-wise,
giving away spoilers?
so
for
many
this?
spoilers.
Oh.
All the spoilers. We've only watched the first 3 episodes, so if you want to watch the first 3 episodes, come back and watch this video, fair enough. If you don't, spoilers for the first 3 episodes. Cowboy Bebop is an anime where people have left the Earth and they've occupied a bunch of other planets, and now everyone's chilling, but the problem is greed is taking over the universe. Everyone's greedy. There are gangsters, there are mobsters, there are bounty hunters, and our 2 main characters, Spike and Jet. Yeah.
Spike and Jet.
They drive...
Names, you can't get much better. Spike and Jet, man.
They basically travel around the universe being bounty hunters or cowboys, and they collect bounties.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know
I mean,
too.
you all know this. You've all seen
I
the
totally
anime,
watched
clearly.
it.
So let's talk about the plot first. What did you think of the kind of structure of all the episodes?
Well, the first episode, I thought, set the tone, you know?
Yeah.
And it was really, like, you know what it's about. It doesn't really stray from what it is. It's very just wacky sort of adventures.
Yeah, I like that
While
it was...
having a serious overtone, you know?
Yeah,
It's about serious things, like drug use.
like drug use and stuff like that, yeah. I really liked that it was very very contained. A lot of times with anime, you get the first episode is like it's set up, it's all set up, and you don't really get a payoff.
No.
It's very contained. It reminds me of the first episode of Naruto, where you have this universe that is built in this first episode, but the main plot of the first episode gets resolved within the episode.
It's better that way, because that's what really the would it be producer or director for the anime?
Well, yeah, I guess
the director sort of a lot of the stuff he does is very much. There's not much core plot until the last couple of episodes where everything rounds up, but I haven't watched that yet.
Obviously.
So,
But yeah, the first couple of episodes, include especially the first episode, work really well as this kind of self-contained thing you can watch. Yeah. I feel like this would be a really good anime to watch week to week, because every episode you get kind
different story. Really,
yeah, you get a different story, you get new different characters, different villains and stuff. So let's talk a bit about the first episode then. So the entire thing is to do with drug use and kind of steroids mixed with a bit of heroin.
Yeah,
you get the sense that it's that.
It's quite unique as well, because it's about, like, you spray it into your eye, which obviously, you know, you can do that with alcohol and stuff, and I don't know there's...
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's like a drug you can spray into your eye. You probably could, but it's that's how you inject it, you know, purely. So, and it makes you go all crazy, like, demon-like.
Yeah, and you become super strong.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that the drugs that are created in this universe kind of parallel the way that the human race has gone, where everyone's become more violent, so the drugs themselves have become more violent.
Yeah.
I think it's really bittersweet sometimes. Like the ending of the first episode, it's really sad and tragic, and it kind of, because the anime is so fun and so uplifting, it kind of it's a good parallel.
Nice contrast. Works tastefully.
I think that it works on a good point and a negative. The good point is that it does feel very contrasting and deep. The negative is it kind of feels, you feel bummed out at the end of the episode, and it kind of put me off a little bit. That it was like.
I like that with anime though. I like it when it doesn't take itself too wacky. You know, I rather when it's quite grounded to reality and down to earth, and when dark things happen, they do happen.
Yeah,
so I like it.
Yeah, I do like the contrast though, that this was kind of a serious episode to begin with, and the episode 2 and 3 are a lot lighter. Like they're still
there's no tragedy really. Is there?
Yeah, there's a bit in episode 3, but really episode 2 especially is very it's more with the wacky and jokey times. Just a little bit more about the plot. I want to talk about the humor. Now, I don't know about you, but I found this anime extremely funny.
Man, it is funny.
It is really funny. There's lots of running gags, like the 3 old men.
Yeah.
There's these three...
As soon as I saw them 3 old men, I was like, they're coming back.
Yeah, where the joke is that one of them always complains that the other 2 didn't do anything, and he built everything. And they remind him, yeah, we helped you. We were like, yeah, we built it with you. And he's like, oh, whatever. And they keep coming back in lots of episodes. And then there's also, like, like Spike as a character, we'll talk about him a bit more later, but like he's very quippy, and there's a bit where like there's a bit where he's got like a stupid poncho on or something, and he's like, "You look suspicious," and the guy's just like, "Yeah, you look ridiculous." But yeah, I think overall the plot was really interesting, really engaging, and even though it started off a bit wacky, it really pulls you in to like the serious aspect of it as well.
So Spike as a character, well, the initial charm you get from him is sort of really laid back. And
definitely
very cool.
I think he's like the coolest cat. Like the anime gives off the thing that he's like the coolest cat around.
Oh yeah.
I like that he's kind of, it's a bit of a stereotype, but he is very much the stereotypical jazz player. Like, and it goes along with the music of the anime, but like he like walks with his hands in his pockets, he's super tall, he wears the suit, and he kind of, even though he is a bounty hunter, he looks more like a musician than a
yeah, he does. He doesn't look like a bounty hunter at all.
What did you think about his the mystery behind his past then?
Well, there's that bit at the start of the first episode, isn't there? Where there's the rose.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It hints at a love interest, I suppose, but obviously it's so vague, and that's what I like, because it doesn't dwell on it, it doesn't shove it in your face every moment. It's
subtle, at the beginning I was a bit disappointed because you get this awesome opening scene. It's very noir looking, and it's very cool. You have this rose, and then the intro hits you, and when the intro hits you, you're like, whoa, this is a really fun anime, and you're like, well, what about all what about all that, the beginning with the noirness, and it doesn't come back, but you get the hint that like they slowly reveal the information. Like there's a scene later on in the first episode where he's at a fortune teller, and the fortune teller tells him that he will be killed by a woman one day, and he's like, again then, and she's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I got killed once before by a woman. So it's like slowly like giving you little bits and pieces. And
it's nice. I like it.
Were you ever frustrated by Spike as a character then? How secretive if he is, or
personally, I really enjoy that sort of aspect of characters. Cool. Like if it's slow revealed in drip amounts, I enjoy more. Yeah, it builds tension, and by the end of it, once you find out, you're like, oh wow, that's what happened.
Like I mean, I've seen the anime all the way through, but I'm assuming that people watching it like you really want to find out. You know, you want to watch the rest of the episodes. You want to find out what happens to Spike or what happened to him. Now, I want to talk about Jet, because Jet is my favorite character.
I love Jet too.
He's like the father figure, not just of Spike.
But he's really cool in general. Like all the characters are just so cool. I mean, he's like a father figure because he cooks. Right?
And he kind of cleans everything and everything.
But he's still, they're like pals, you know.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
You do get the sense that they've been together for a long time, and it's one of those relationships where you'd like to know the history between them, but you don't really need to. Like the way they're set up, you're like, I don't need to know why these guys are friends. It's clear to me that they're really close, you know?
And I don't need to see how it got there.
But you probably will find out.
Oh, will I?
The one thing I didn't like about Jet is that I feel like he is meant to be a duo character with Spike. You know, him and Spike are like supposed to be main characters together.
He had a split personality. No. Hang on. Sticking her to it.
But because of how cool Spike is, he kind of overshadows Jet a lot, and they take Jet out of it.
I don't know. See, I like the little hints at how cool Jet is. Like I think he's like the underdog, you know.
Yeah,
Spike's the main character, and everybody knows Spike's the main character, right?
Yeah.
But there's like bits where Jet's in the bar in the first episode. He's like, "Yo," and smashes the guy over the face of the glass bottle.
He's just, you feel like Jet is, as a character, it's like, this is a bit third wall-y, but he's like, he feels like he's too cool to be the main character. Like he's okay to sit back and let Spike get all the coolness.
Yeah.
I will say Jet is the one thing I heard about Jet was he doesn't have an interesting character in terms of his past or anything like Spike does, and like Faye does. Right. But he's, you know, it doesn't really need to be like that with every character,
exactly.
you know?
Because otherwise you have too much going on.
Yeah, and again, we haven't seen. That's going to be a reoccurring theme on this show. Right, so let's talk about Faye as a character. We don't see a lot of her, but she is in episode 3.
Right. I don't know. I like her, I think.
I feel like Faye is got potential, but again, the way she's introduced, it is a very, like, you're going to get to know her, but this is kind of like...
Yeah, she's just like that feisty female character that's usually...
I do wish, I mean, this is a really progressive anime. A lot of things are talked about in a serious fashion and in a jokey fashion, and they're addressed in, like, a good way, like the drugs.
Right.
I didn't like that she's a bit sexually provocative. Like, I feel like it just feels like they're doing it to be...
It's the anime, it doesn't really need it, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like there are sexually provocative characters, like the woman in the first, the pregnant woman, who's not pregnant, spoilers. Like, the reason she's over-sexualized is because she's got this boyfriend that is just, like, beyond, and he's controlling and everything, so it makes sense for her to be in sexualized clothing. Whereas Faye, even though she feels confident, it feels like she wouldn't, you know, she would... I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm overexposed in anime to all these sexual characters.
I think a lot of it's what she's wearing.
Yeah,
it's very much.
Yeah, and I like that.
It's very strange too.
Yeah,
like looking at it, I was like, I don't really find that attractive.
Other than the fact that it is a drawing, you know, to each his own. I think that as a character, though, the one thing she does really well. Is the mystery aspect. You know, we have this opening where they talk about her being the Lady of Luck and how she wins all these games and how she's supposed to be like 100 years old or something. And she's like, how is she like 100 years old and still looks like she's 20 years old?
A lot of questions asked.
And then, like Spike, we have a little bit revealed every time. The first is where it reveals that she, in fact, does cheat. Like, Spike catches her cheating at card games, even though she's supposed to not be able to cheat. Yeah. So you get like all these little hints. I do think that as a character, she's supposed to develop in later episodes because she's kind of an antagonist in the first episode.
Yeah,
you know?
Very
she
much
gets captured and she's supposed to be the yin to Spike's yang, which I think could work in later episodes. We're just gonna have to see and find out what happens.
You know it works in later episodes.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything. One thing I want to talk about with Spike's character is his gadgets. He has a lot of cool things.
Gadgets.
Have you seen
He's a dirty fighter, but
yeah, definitely. But he's got his spacesuit, which is really cool, which is awesome. And I like the idea that there's just a giant button on the front that if he presses, it turns the gravity on and off. And he does all that cool fighting where he's like turning it on, and he falls to the ground, and he punches them, and he turns upside down and gets attached to another thing.
It's cool.
I think that was a really cool idea. Again, a lot more things get revealed in later episodes. We don't want to talk about those, but you're free to watch it, and we might come back to this anime if you want. Now let's talk about something that is very important to this anime.
Go for it.
That is.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's the music. The music is the best soundtrack in pretty much any anime that I've watched. I don't know about you.
No.
It's not?
The music, my favorite, is from Samurai Champloo, but COWBOY Bebop is so...
It is really good. It's
literally not far off. The opening, is it from anything else, that song?
No, I don't think so.
I heard it as a kid.
You might have heard it from...
I don't know if it was from COWBOY Bebop, because I didn't really watch...
Well, Bebop was 1998, so you would have been a kid.
Yeah.
So it might have been...
I don't know, I heard it though. Like, you know when you hear a song you've been so long?
Yeah.
Like, it's so iconic. Like, I was listening to it and I was like, I've heard this from someone before, and I didn't know if it was sampled in another song or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy. I listened to it, I was like, oh my god.
But not just... I mean, the opening is iconic, but if you think about it, like, the song... One of the songs that stood out to me is the song that plays when... in episode 1 at the end.
At the end, yeah. Where
the girl is about to kill us. Oh, it's so sad.
It is.
It's like this really bluesy, like...
Oh, it's nice.
Like, tone where you're like... Yeah. It just feels like all hope is lost. Yeah. And Spike looks at her through the window and he's just like, no! And then she dies. Oh, it's so sad.
It's really well executed. It works so well.
Yeah, and I think it really helps the whole... overtone of the world, that it feels like a cowboy / industrial world.
It's nice. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it reminds me a little bit of what's it called?
Come on, Jack, you can think.
Outstar something. Planet Outstar, something like that.
I can't.
Outstar Planet.
Fist of the North Star?
No. It doesn't remind me of that.
North Star! God fist! Comment below if you can remember the anime that he cannot.
I'll get it.
Yeah, you'll remember it. But yeah, the music is awesome. I would definitely, if you're into blues, jazz, funk, it's got a bit of everything of the alternative genres and stuff.
Yeah, purely jazz.
Yeah,
but it's everything revolving off it. It's great.
Yeah, and you got that awesome blues tone at the beginning of episode 1 where it says, what's the title? Maybe I have it in my notes, but there's a scene where they show you a title scene, and the title slate. Sorry, guys, this is.
It's alright.
No, I don't say it. No, but it feels very. The titles always feel like an album. You know, they always feel like an album song.
The DVD I'm lending off my friend.
Yeah.
Borrowing off my friend is. It's like an old VHS.
Oh, that's cool.
case. Like, it's
that's
really
awesome. That is so like it's themed like an old VHS.
Yeah, cool.
That's awesome. That comes into it later again. I can't talk about it, but like the VHS are like the form of communication.
Yeah. The computers look awesome. It's like, have you seen Running Man?
Yeah.
He's on the computer.
It's like the Running Man
computers.
computers, or like
80s
Blade Runner and
computers,
stuff.
Yeah, but in the future, it's awesome. I really like it. It's all like nostalgic, but
yeah,
it's weird.
One of the things with the music one of the things that I want to talk about with this series, not just this anime but every anime, is the visuals, because anime, it is so visually driven. And
with this, it's quite an old style because it was done a while ago, but obviously it's been remastered a few times and it's taken that in its stride really, because it's got that vintage look, like especially when you see Faye.
Yeah,
because she's drawn like a very old sort of anime.
Like how they used to draw in the old versions and stuff. I think that the style just adds to the whole kind of. It's like this. The world is gone. Not just the world, but the galaxy has gone to shit. Everyone is a mobster. Everyone's a gangster. Everyone's just fighting for money.
It's very rough and like sinful,
Yeah, and I feel like the art style like shows that, but it also shows that within the depths of all this seediness, there are still people who are enjoying themselves, like Spike and like Jet, and you have like the music is
hope, like
and you have this contrast between the horrible visuals where everything's getting destroyed, and then up in the sky where there are cool spaceships and there are rings and you go through them.
What I liked about it a lot actually is the whole space aspect isn't really the main.
Yeah, it feels very like Firefly in that sense.
I never watched it.
Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. Well, this is anime, dude. You don't have to watch Firefly.
I'll get around to it. But no, it's like, because you're on, where are they in the first episode?
They're in Earth, yeah.
It is Earth. So they're on Earth, and Earth is like the set piece for the first episode.
Yeah.
And then, like, it just shows space, like, as a second location. It's not the primary where they meant to be set,
It's kind of like the first episode. If you think about it, space is kind of like the bad side of everything, because they're on Earth and then they're all fighting and stuff and it's very playful, but then the scene where they begin to ascend into space, everything's becomes sad because he's taking too much of the drugs and he's going crazy and she realizes that she has to kill herself and stuff, and as they enter space the entire mood of the anime switches. So I like how they use space and all the other planets to kind of contrast the mood of everything. It's
nice. Works well. Like, again, I'll say that about everything in this anime, because everything does work well.
I mean, we should have probably picked one with more negative points, but it is a very good anime.
Yeah, man, it's a good place to start.
Yeah, so overall, I think that this anime was really good. I mean, if I'm going to rate it, I don't know if we're going to do rating systems. We might change this. This is a new show. But if I'm going to rate it, I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. Just for the music, the visuals, and Spike and Jet. They all work together so well.
Yeah. I'm going to join you on that number.
You going to join me?
I'm going to
come join me,
man.
Come join me.
Yeah,
yes, this is it.
Nice heat.
So
plenty of hugs on Anime Duo.
I may have punched the mic there. I apologize. So yeah, if you want to be involved with the show, we had to do this episode with no reviews because we couldn't tell people. But what are we going to be watching next month, Jack?
Well, this is up to debate, right?
Okay.
And if the people at home want to suggest anything, that's open to consideration.
I don't think we should do that because then they won't know what to watch.
Oh,
yeah, we should
very good point. Hey, this guy.
That's why I'm here, man.
Well, I want to watch Samurai Champloo because I watched it recently and it's really, really great.
How many episodes would you recommend?
To start,
yep.
Well,
you want to go with the 3?
I think it works well as a whole.
Okay.
Like, you can talk about it because not a lot happens until the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
So maybe we could watch it all and then just do a brief.
Tell you what, if you want to watch it all, we'll watch it all. But we're only going to talk about the first 4 episodes. Let's say that because we'll talk a little bit more about the anime in depth, but we won't spoil anything. Okay. We'll spoil the first 4 episodes because they might not have time to watch an entire anime in a month.
Right, that's fine. Yeah. I understand.
Sorry, man.
Take your time.
Yeah. So by the 15th of next month, you want to watch Samurai Champloo. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Comment below your reviews of Samurai Champloo. And also Champloo. Sorry.
I believe, anyway.
And if you want to do a video review, feel free to do a video review, upload it to YouTube, and send it to us on Twitter or Facebook at Man on Fire Films. Submission. Or you can also email it at submission. That's okay, yeah. Sorry, I was checking Anime Man. Submissions at manonfirefilms.com and with the subject line Anime Duo, the title of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, me too.
And comment below of what you think of the structure. We're up to changing this. This is all new. We don't quite know what we're doing yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed.
I know I'm here.
We can get rid of Jack. We can get the other Jack in and watch Attack on Titan if you want. So yeah, watch
Jack will like that. I'm sure he will.
Remember to get your reviews in by the 15th of next month, and I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, favourite, and goodbye.
Don't tell them what to do.
Alright, don't
do what they want.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, listen to it.
Bye.
See you guys.